How's it going? It's Sunday. I'm going live here online with the Sunday Blues. I'm going to be teaching a guitar lesson right here, live, right now. If you're tuning in live, let me know where you're watching from. Type in the comments. If you're watching this at a later date, then stick around and take this great guitar lesson. In today's lesson, I'm going to show you how to jam the blues and stay in time. It's something a lot of students have asked over the years. How do you jam the blues and stay in time? Which means, a lot of people can play a blues shuffle, but they can't kind of play licks and fills and that kind of thing and then go back to the shuffle. A lot of people kind of mess up at that point, lose the rhythm, lose the beat, that kind of thing. So in today's little bite-sized blues lesson, I'm going to be showing you how to do that. And this lesson is actually taken from a course inside acousticmasterclass.com called How to Jam the Blues and Stay in Time. I was actually looking at it a second ago before starting this live lesson, and it's a really handy little course, and of course you can get inside and take a free trial by clicking the link around this video, getting inside and taking that full course. And of course there are hundreds of other video lesson pages with all sorts of courses on blues, folk, roots, guitar, technique, all sorts of juicy stuff. But in today's lesson here live online, I'm going to be showing you how to jam the blues and stay in time. So grab a guitar, and also please, wherever you're watching from, let me know. I can actually read the comments here. I can see if anyone is saying hi. So we've got George. Hey man, in Florida. George Malone, what's up? Good to know you're watching. I was just going to show you on my phone actually the course that I'm talking about. Of course it looks a lot better on a computer because you can see all the tabs and stuff, and you get all the sheet music in the videos. And well, I say sheet music, it's tablature, so guitar friendly music. The courses, there are folk song lessons, blues courses, of course there are blues songs. Look, there's loads of stuff, but it is called Jam the Blues and Stay in Time. So I clicked that link, it takes you through. There's a whole video on the subject. I'm going to be showing you a little bit from inside this course, loads of info there. And then of course there are the blues lessons, which were filmed in this room actually. Sometimes I go to the studio, other times I film it in my living room, which is where I am right now. And of course you got like anyway, so let me know where you are. We got John. Hey John. John Lawrence down south, guitar player, has a couple of beautiful guitars. I was lucky enough to meet John at the retreat, the blues retreat in Shrewsbury last month, the month before last now. Yet to taste the cider that he makes. One day, John will get to drink a cider. So I better crack on with the lesson. And of course you can play the blues in many keys, and maybe in the next Sunday Blues session I'll change key, but today we're going to be in the key of E again, because E is such a friendly key for guitar. You've got all of the open strings. When you play the E blues scale, you've got oh, I missed. So you've got all the open strings, and it's kind of easy to play down there. A blues shuffle in the key of E. I'll just play a blues shuffle for you right now. It's that classic feel, right? That classic shuffle. All I'm doing is I'm playing, put my first finger on the second fret of the A, third finger's going on and off the fourth fret of the A string, and I'm playing the two bass strings. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 2 and 2 and 3 and 4 and teach the 12 bar blues shuffle. If you don't know it, of course, you can get inside the site. There are loads of lessons in there on varying levels of skill for playing a shuffle, whether you just want to learn the basics or you want to learn some tasty arrangements on a 12 bar blues shuffle. It's there. But for today, what I'm going to show you is one quick, fast approach to playing, to adding in some licks and fills. So if you know this scale, then hopefully you've sat at home or wherever you are, you've sat and kind of tried to play the blues. Let's just look at the two top strings. You've got 3 off and 3 off. You can actually play the blues just on those 2 strings, you know. That's an E chord there. In a 12 bar blues, when it changes to A, you still play those notes. Likewise on the B7. So those notes are really useful. The E blues scale is what you need to know to start jamming the blues. And how do you play the blues and stay in time? Here's one quick approach. So let's count a 12 bar blues shuffle like this. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So as you can hear on the 4, I'm cutting out of the playing the rhythm. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, and I get back on it on beat 2. So between beat 4 of one bar and beat 2 of the next bar, I'm free to play something, a lick, using the scale. So 1, 2, 3, lick. 1, 2, and you get back in on the 2, a bit like this. So just for absolute ease, let's look at this as a lick. So all I'm doing is I'm playing the 3rd fret of the top E, picking it twice, and then I'm playing an open E as well. I think the timing of that is 4 and 1, which sounds like this. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 1, and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. It works on the A as well. Of course, you can mess around with it. 2, 3, 4. So suddenly, you're throwing in some bluesy riffs, bluesy licks over a 12 bar blues shuffle. Imagine you're singing a song. One I always do when I'm teaching, because a lot of people know it, is before you accuse me, take a look at yourself. Here we go. Before you accuse me, take a look at yourself. You know, suddenly, I mean, it's a little bit elementary what I was doing there, and a little bit kind of formulaic, because I'm just trying to teach you how to do it. But that's one way in, and suddenly because I've kind of practiced the shuffle enough, I can kind of cut in and throw in licks, and that's a real basic one. You could also try something using different notes. So it's quite nice to end on an E, which is an open E string. So let's try, instead of going, we'll try 3-3 on the B, and then the open E again, like this. Switch it. the B. So there's an idea for you. If you've just joined, welcome. Please let me know where you're watching from in the world. We've got Jay tuning in. Hey Jay, type it into the comments, type it in and let me know where you are in the world. It always is nice to know where people are watching. So that was the lesson. It's a real bite-sized little lesson. I don't want to give too much away because what I've just shown you in that video, and of course as soon as I end this lesson you can refresh the page, watch the lesson again. But what I've just shown you is something to go away and practice. You know, if you want to jam the blues, whether you're a singer or you just sit at home loving playing the blues, and you want to kind of play something in time and start to create slightly more advanced kind of blues guitar, this is a way in. You slow it right down. You know, you don't have to play it quick. You can play a dirty kind of slow blues. You know, like 1, 2. You got all the time in the world. What I just played there was a lick, a Hoochie Coochie Man lick. Of course, inside acousticmasterclass.com there are loads of licks, loads of riff lessons, and also, of course, the Zoom lessons where I'm always giving away loads of nice licks, riffs, and fills and ideas to improve you as a player. So, as I say, that was the Sunday Blues lesson this week, a little bite-sized lesson. If you want to know more, there's a full course on this subject inside the site. It's called Play the Blues and Stay in Time. It's in one of the blues courses. And if you do join up, you don't actually have to pay today. You get 14 days full access. You can have a look around. And if after the 14 days is up, you want to stick around, then you start paying. And it's about 20 quid a month, which is $27, about 22 euros. And of course, you can cancel any time. So you don't get charged. You can get inside. And also, when you do join, you can join the members' Zoom lessons, as well as accessing all of the vaults of lessons and the forum and all that kind of stuff. You also join the members Zoom, and that way I can get to see you, get to know you as a guitarist and help you improve and get you kind of set on a path if that's what you want to do. So we're going live on Zoom in about 45 minutes. I'm going live with the members. We've got Jay and John are going to be there, I hope. And today we're looking at the caged system, which is not the blues, but it's a system. Of course, it helps to know it when you're playing the blues, but it's a system that opens up the whole neck of the guitar, how you can play up and down the fretboard of the guitar, looking at the major scale. And in today's session, we're going to be looking at 3 particular parts of the cage system. And like my personal juiciest, my favorite spots on the guitar to pick out when I'm playing a tune, whether it's a folk song or even a blues song, I guess. If I want to play some majory runs or major scale kind of patterns, today in the Zoom, starting in 45 minutes, we're going to be looking at that. And of course, if you miss it, it's always stored inside the site for you to watch back forever, which is kind of cool. So I'm looking forward to giving that lesson. I'm going to get a little bit prepared for it now. So if you do want to join, get inside, follow the link around this video, and thanks for watching the Sunday Blues. A lot of fun.